Brexit rules will mean British drivers face costly new measures over licenses in order to drive in the European Union starting from May next year. Drivers will be required to get new international operating licenses if they want to travel back and forth to the EU from May next year, the government has announced. The additional red tape will come into force next year alongside a series of further checks at Dover and other ports that were delayed 3 times in 2021. The new rules will apply to van drivers wishing to cross over into the European Union. According to updates on the Gov.uk website, anyone driving a van, a light commercial vehicle or any car towing a trailer will be required to have a goods vehicle operator license to enter the EU, Iceland, Norway, Liechtenstein or Switzerland from May. The costs are likely to infuriate small business owners and van drivers that rely on European trips to sustain their businesses. The license will cost van drivers up to £1,100, a significant burden for solo operators, industry leaders said. Drivers will have to fork out £257 in an application fee and a further £401 for the license. Another £401 continuation fee will be payable every 5 years to retain the license, according to the government. The rules will hit small traders such as couriers or importers of wine or vintage and antique goods, the Road Haulage Association said. Rod McKenzie, the managing director of policy and public affairs at the RA, told The Guardian, "This is just more bureaucracy. It's been flagged for some time but could be a problem for the one-man bands or small operators who are simply too busy running their business day to day to have noticed this," adding to the bureaucracy. Drivers will also need to assign a staff member of themselves as transport manager, a named individual, to ensure the driver follows industry regulations and tax payments in the EU after Brexit. The person will either have to demonstrate they have managed fleets of vehicles for at least 10 years or will have to complete a course to qualify for a transport manager qualification. Hauliers will also face a list of other rules from the 1st of January when EU exporters have to register for a goods vehicle movement service when customs controls will apply to any goods moving between the EU and UK. Hauliers who fail to provide the paperwork will not be allowed to board a ferry or shuttle. Mr. McKenzie said, "Brexit was challenging initially for hauliers with loads delayed and lots of frustration, but as ever with logistics, people have found their way," he added. "The big challenge for 2022 is how ready our EU counterparts will be for entry into GB. The new checks on EU imports have been delayed 3 times but will be phased in over 2022. David Frost, the Brexit minister, announced they would continue to be delayed for importers from Ireland. From the 1st of January, exporters of agri-foods from the EU will also have to notify authorities in advance in Britain of their exports with physical checks on fresh food, products of animal origin, and plants including cut flowers from the Netherlands from July. A new site at Bastion Point in Dover has just been agreed for these sanitary and phytosanitary checks. A second border control post is being added to the existing HMRC facility in Sevington in Ashford to deal with SPS checks on plants and wood products, high-risk foods not of animal origin, horses and livestock. A third site in Kent is being identified, the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs said. For non-commercial drivers, the rules surrounding driving in the EU have also changed since the withdrawal agreement. UK license holders wanting to drive their UK registered car in the EU are now required to show extra documentation to prove they can drive. They now need to carry a copy of their green card, which you can obtain from your insurer, display a UK badge on the rear of their car, and have their driving license on them. All vehicles must also include an EU spec breath test kit, a proper warning triangle and so on, plus high visibility jackets for every passenger on board. These kits can be obtained from any of the ports in the UK for around £45, or you can buy them for far less online before you travel. Adding to the requirement, deflected headlights, GB stickers, and the correct insurance are all required.